Hey everyone, this is Teen Church of Nutrition Live. We're back. And I know I'm late, so I'm sorry.
Conveyor belt's dead. Needs power.
Okay.
Old Smokes Farm. Been abandoned for years.
Okay.
Poor Tom had cried from hunger all the nights his supper was taken. Some say he once bit his own toes off for something to eat. Imagine when Jolene rang his dinner bell and he saw old Swolf just laying there all juicy.
Oh, Jolene. You did it. well's full. Just one more should do it.
Okay.
Let's go. Got a bottle to fill.
Okay. Okay. We're done.
Jolene's guilt got the best of her, despite telling herself it wasn't murder. If her daddy didn't punish her and Tom all those years, they wouldn't have done what they did. She vowed to dedicate herself to good works and let the Lord sort it out.
Can't believe Jolene's the one who set Two-Toe Tom free.
Okay. Okay.
Should head towards the pig factory. They said the trailer might have got caught in the river bend.
I'm enjoying myself this game. But I might just get this for PlayStation and probably Xbox as well. Or in the event I don't get Game Pass tomorrow. Or because you know what? This game is pretty good. Like I said, good story, good gameplay, and good graphics always make a good mind. Always make a good game. Combination of all three always ends pretty well, or we least expect it. So, and this is one of them. And this is why I always graph the games I really like.
Oh, God. That explains the smell. That's so bad. Awful way to go. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to get through there somehow, ain't I? All right, you're up, Crouton. sick. Don't throw up. Don't throw up. There's the tangle.
Okay. That's it. Done.
After Jolene let Tom go loose, he discovered the pig farm. How had Swoops kept this miraculous place secret from him? Tom ate everything he could clamp his jaws on. He didn't care if it was a pig or a washing machine. If you go hungry when you're young, you never trust your next meal. You'll eat even if you're full, just in case. Tom never felt like he'd ever have enough.
Hurt people hurt people. That's what Mama says. Lots of bad folks were mistreated when they were little. Where are you headed?
I plan to return to Zelda Tears of the Kingdom very soon. But right now, it's not the priority given my Game Pass subscription is up in the air at the moment. So, but regarding Zelda, if it ever came to say PC or Xbox or PlayStation down the road, I know it won't happen. Both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will likely be off the table, where it appears on Steam or Xbox officially. Yeah. Personally, I feel that Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild were too much of a pain in the butt to complete, even as Switch, Switch, Wii U, Switch, and Switch One, Switch Two games. And I'm sorry that I had bring up the subject. Nintendo, and whether or not they should port the games to PC, but it is the truth. I would love to see them do it officially and be done with it. Because I would like to see what they can do with the Steam platform and by extension Xbox in a sense of the word. And maybe PlayStation as well. Or that's my opinion. I'm not saying it should happen, but I'd be okay with it if it does. Come the case. However, I made clear that Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild will never make the cut to how open world to the open world nature of the games because I think a one and done will be playing achievements and it's just gonna make it worse for me. You know me. I know people would like that if they ever brought the games to Steam officially, but count me out when it comes to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom if that happens. Because I refuse to play. I refuse to play the game again after dealing with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. You know, technically, I'm probably get yelled at where you're playing the game wrong, or you're thinking more like a Zelda. Thinking it's more like a Zelda game and less like Skyrim, for example. But that's the truth. I tend to play it in the traditional style than the normal modern style in the end. So that's why I'm really about playing them officially on PC if it ever comes to that point when Nintendo starts offering the games on PC. That's why I don't like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Most people will like it if it ever goes to Steam or Xbox officially in the end, or PlayStation officially here. But count me out when it comes to that stuff. Or that's all. Now I'm gonna get something to drink because I need to get some water, so I'll be back in a second to wash out the soda I drunk or period. See you in a couple minutes. Okay, as I was saying, basically,
Go, you big bastard!
basically, even Nintendo Small offer the game, that those two games on Xbox Game Pass and the Steam and Dual Games and Epic Games platforms, I would just turn around. I mean, those platforms. I mean, officially, even on Xbox and PlayStation, count me out because I just don't want to go through that again, even with achievements, because they're not true Zelda games in a sense. What Ocarina of Time, I'm hoping we make is going to go down the same path as, say, or the Breath of the Wild games. So we'll see. That's my opinion. But if there is an Ocarina of Time remake down the road, that's my opinion.
He swallowed. Ropes' bell had him doing tricks.
But I'm not sure. I mean, I've already pre-ordered Star Fox.
Go, you big bastard! The church bell. He swallowed. Ropes' bell had him doing tricks.
Okay. But that's why I know a lot of people probably want PC ports and tag content. I also fear that
Bastard!
it's up to Nintendo to make those decisions, not me. I mean, if I was in their position, I would consider bringing some games to bring some Nintendo's games to.
The church bell. He swallowed. Ropes' bell had him doing tricks. Gotta get to him.
That's my opinion. Those that want, like I said,
He's too far. Didn't work. Not much time.
I understand why people want to see ports and Terapods because they make great games to a degree that. But to me, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, as much as I'm
Sound bounces right off him when he's all riled up.
I was saying, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, as much as I know some people would love to see those games on Steam and Xbox and PlayStation, especially the ones
Bell's pointless when he's raging.
as I was saying. Like I said, I would love to see some of the Nintendo games make, well, almost all of the Nintendo games make it to Steam at some point officially, so that people have the choice.
Before he gets up. Oh, he's spitting man. Gotta bide my time. Might as well be on another planet.
But I'm still gonna play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna approach the next boss. So it's just right now not in the cards at the moment. I always want to make it clear.
Gotta get to him.
I mean, if I look brand into him, more than likely, Nintendo games will come to multiple services, including Game Pass down the road. I know some Microsoft fanboys would love to see that. I think some even Steam fanboys would love to see it. Definitely Steam fanboys would love to see it because that way they'll be on sort of platform. But the sad thing is, it would mean that I said I'm very angry that Sony just turned around and just told their fans on Steam that we're not going to do single player games anymore. Well, I understand why it's Project Helix that caused major reason why.
Didn't work.
That some people would love to see.
Reached a bell with just my spindles alone.
But me, if I ran Nintendo, more than likely I would port some of the games to PC and maybe even suggest me say a full time approach putting Nintendo games on the bout Steam platform for good.
Patient. Give it a ring and a few.
That's me. I mean,
Might as well be on another planet. Can't reach the bell with just my spindles alone. He's too far.
One reason why I fear that consoles are going to go by wayside in the future is because people can't really afford them. And I think Nintendo is saying Microsoft, my eyes need to start reading the room soon. May embrace PC and mobile as an option, not as some deterrent. It's not rocket science.
Gotta be kidding me.
My eyes.
Oh. This might be worse than the pigs.
That's why I want to see what I could do on platforms besides, you know,
Ma, you in here? No way to reach the house. Gonna have to clear out all that stigma.
A house, a boat, and a church are just meals for Tom, they say. For
but
Tom,
if I ran,
they say for
I'm
Tom
more than likely I could put some,
to
maybe
come.
a good majority of Nintendo's games on Game
It's all
Pass
the same.
as well as PC as a precautionary measure. And
Patience,
some might end up on PlayStation Plus as well. Or
is all it takes.
I don't think about, I don't think,
All it takes.
but like I said, I especially don't like Game Pass right now because they made things a little hard to restore. In this case, keep the 3 month subscriptions going. In my opinion,
I hope that ain't the top of Jolene's church.
but
Oh no.
me, looking down to it. It's just my frustration with Nintendo's fan base and now sorry Microsoft and Valve doesn't agree. Just is clear cut. Like I'm just tired of the fanboys, and I just ask kindly that if you want to play games, you have it's okay. Just don't
Ma, you in there?
honestly
Can you hear
blindly
me?
defend any form of company here. And it praise them whenever when it
Little Bug. So cute. She was just big enough for the smaller rides. Nervously gripping my hand, but having fun. Vignette crumbs all on her shirt. We never went back. I wish we had more carefree moments like that together.
I wish you were here.
Woo-wee! That was some gator fight. I'd applaud if I had hands.
Mama's not in the house. There's just red yarn everywhere.
Red yarn. That means Huggin' Molly's been there.
What?
Didn't your grandma ever scare you? Oh, Huggin' Molly's that's gonna snatch you?
Yeah, to keep me from wandering off when I was little. Old Hugging Molly steals children, and all she leaves behind is red yarn. Wait, is Hugging Molly real?
All the stories are real, darling.
If Hugging Molly took Mama, why?
Well, Molly takes children no one cares about. Your mama might have got in her way one too many times.
But there's nothing in the stories that talk about how to find Hugging Molly.
I might know where you could start looking. Hop on. Hazel had gone into the belly of the beast to find her mom once she reached the river bend, thanks to me. But Hazel's house was covered in red yarn, a sure sign of Molly's child-stealing ways. It looked like she got to Lacey first. Maybe Lacey crossed paths with Molly. Tales of old Molly stealing children weren't just tales. Years ago, when he was no bigger than a minnow, Hugging Molly even snatched Hazel's daddy, Trey. But Bunny got him back somehow. Hazel would have to track down old Molly to bring her mom back. Fortunately, I knew a spot owned by Bunny where she might find some leads. Bunny Flood's the only one that ever messed with her and lived to tell. Became obsessed and paid cash money to anyone who'd tell her about old Molly's whereabouts. Bunny Flood never was known to share. But there could be some clues in her house up ahead.
Wait, you're taking me to Bunny's house? I'm not exactly on her guest list right now. And ain't her house back that way?
Oh, this one's her weekend house. Can't expect rich people to spend Sundays the same place they spend Tuesday. But she don't come much anymore. But is something bad happened in that house.
You think her house is full of booby traps?
Well, I do hear that in her quest to find Molly, she might have taken some things that weren't entirely hers.
Ooh, she really got you shook.
Darling, listening to my fear is how I got this old.
I hope Bunny isn't there. Because that'd be awkward.
As I was saying, basically, I mean, I know I ranted a little bit about people calling for Nintendo to bring the games to PC a little bit, but I also want to make it clear that it's not totally a bad thing they do down the road, because ultimately, with consoles becoming more and more pricier, I don't see it much. I don't see Nintendo and Sony and probably Microsoft to a certain degree. Like, I think it's going to happen sooner or later that they're gonna, all three are going to be forced to leave hardware at some point. But that's me. Because costs are going up, people can't afford it. I don't think people are going to get a Steam machine because, and right now, graphical plateaus have been hit a while back too, so there's that to consider. Which is why I might just get the Steam machine when time comes. When I say the Steam machine, I'm not saying we're going to get it yet, because they haven't announced when it's going to come out yet. And that's my big priority right now, is figure out what am I going to do when the time comes.
Y'all are in my way.
like I said. In my idea way of doing things, part of the reason why I was in say the current CEO in Nintendo position, more than likely I would consider bringing the games to PC. I wouldn't just simply stop at Carlos games. I would bring a couple more than just typical Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon back. That's because my idea of society, the more Nintendo's games on platforms fighting the market, the easier it is for everyone to play the games and not have to go through one. And prices will go down, people will be relaxed and not have to worry. And we all know how we love lowered prices at times,
Another one of Mama's things.
in my
What did
opinion.
I get wrong about you?
I mean, it's not Nintendo's most optimized, but it's technically mine if my most optimized if I ran Nintendo. That's me.
Trey always thought he'd
I'm
give his
not.
wife Bunny's ring.
I'm not Nintendo. I will admit that outright. So
Swore I was after the flood money.
the only reason why I suggest PC ports as an option,
But I didn't want that gaudy ring anyways. We chose something more to my liking together.
She doesn't talk about Dad much. Nice to know they didn't care what Bunny thought.
as I was saying, the reason why I suggest PC, why I want to encourage Nintendo to bring games to PC as a fan is because that way it'll
Road
reduce
washed out.
a lot of bad things that happen to the products in the end, in the long run. Because I would love to see Nintendo games come, say, PC and mobile, even to a major degree, PlayStation, Xbox. So
Did the storm
while Sony and
wash you
Microsoft
out?
begin to figure out, and what angers me about Sony, the TLDR situation, is they chose to turn around and, you know, say we're going to focus more on we're going to focus more on first party content on our platform, and
Can't
that's
see a
not the
safe route.
answer
It's gotta be here somewhere.
in my opinion. You have to offer them on PC to some degree because one way or the other, things are going to change and people are going to be unable to afford a lot of games and game consoles one day. Eventually, those prices might go up. In case anyone's wondering, that's why I know Asher Sharma is planning to go back to making Xbox games exclusive to Xbox. So I think they should refocus on bringing the games to PC and leave it at that. So may work with Valve or on a couple things, but that's me. I think part of it is, in my eyes, I know it changes today for a lot of people, even if you're a Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft fan. Even those that hate their guts right now, or they don't realize off the bat that one way or the other, those games are going to end up on PC or Xbox or PlayStation, regardless of platform eventually, because people can't afford to buy a home console anymore. I mean, the PlayStation 5 Pro costs $900 without the disc drive and all that stuff. Or Nintendo just is gonna up the price of their console $50 from 450 to 500, and Xbox the 2 TB costs about the same as a PS5 Pro, which kind of sucks when you come down to it. But that's me. Not to mention Game Pass went up to $30, and then where they walked it back $7. But the 22 something, which is not a bad thing. And Nintendo, as far as I know, hasn't done anything about the Switch online pricing at all. In fact, I'd rather them keep it that way, in my opinion. But there's a couple games I do not want to see on day seeing that have Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft's name written all over it. As far as I'm probably gonna say it off the bat. I think
Cottage.
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom I'd like to see on Xbox and see in PlayStation. And I'd rather see some of I know South of Midnight's gonna be available on Switch too and
A lot happened at
PlayStation in my opinion.
Time
And it's
to
pretty
look
much available on PlayStation as I speak.
That's not a good sign.
And Switch 2 as well. But that's my opinion on that. So, and then there's
Oh no, I'm here.
but there's not a lot of Xbox games I would see. There's some Xbox games I don't want to. There's not a lot of Xbox games I do not want to see on. Because they just. Because it's very hard to find one I don't really like. Because Microsoft got the idea from Nintendo's make good games and leave it that. So, like Nintendo does. So, so pretty much the only problem is the Xbox. We got no confidence. People have little to no confidence in their lives right now, and that's the fault. Where well, that's understandable. I mean, there's about maybe a couple. I mean, there's probably one. Game I don't really want Nintendo to be brought to Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation, and even the Switch to a degree. But I forgot that game's name a little bit. I just simply didn't like it. But it was not. I doubt it was Sticker Star or Splash, but it was. mean, I don't know what kind of game I truly didn't like in the sense of what for being within spirit scare me at all. And then the game later redeemed itself. So I don't really know. Who knows? It's very hard to find that game. I think it was Star Fox Zero was the game I didn't like because of motion control. The major reason why I'm up it recently. I have a Wii U, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. But that's one game I probably don't like. That's the only game I know. Because they mishanded, so I think they dropped it. And it was the only Platinum Games game that I just. I think it's the only Nintendo game that I think I would rather not revisit on any platform in particular, even if it's on the Switch. The only time I'm playing it is because of the upcoming. But if they do find a way to redeem it in some capacity, then maybe I'll turn around and give it another fair shake. But that's me. Fair recent on, say, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch 2. But that ain't gonna happen yet. That I don't think it's gonna happen for a very long time. And that's up to Nintendo to do that, not me. Me basically forcing those controllers and using the joy the gamepad was probably the most, to be fair, in my eyes. It's probably the most dumb move you can. It's probably the most dumbest thing you can do, or in my eyes.
Now for another painful memory.
Not to be insulting or if you know what I mean.
Even before the accident, Hazel's dad knew Bunny didn't care for him. When his sister got her dress dirty, he was punished for letting it happen. He didn't complain life was unfair. That's just how things was.
Poor Dad. Kids make mistakes sometimes.
But I think, man, objectively, the way they handled everything was not the best game in general. Not the best game at all. And that's my opinion. To be fair here. That's why and the fact that it's locked to the DS and not far over to the Wii U Virtual Console before they shut it down. Or even switch to in some capacity. Which is equivocally frustrating. I think the truth is, I think they messed up the game and not even realized it. My opinion. Don't get me wrong, there are some good games. And I'm also playing the cover Zodiac. the special get ready for Star Fox 2026. In my opinion. Because I've already pre-ordered it and ready to go. All I have to do is wait for the game to release, and we're good to go. And that won't be out till what? 26th of June. I think part of the reason why Star Fox went down the way it did was there was a massive the fan base was so broken that I don't think Nintendo knew how badly damaged that group was until it was too little too late. Which means why Star Fox Command went down was the final straw that voided the IP for good. But now, I mean, for the IP for now. And they had trouble rebooting it for a while, which explains Star Fox Zero being the way it is. But, like I said, this is my opinion, not anyone else's.
Parents always have a
It's just careful, my opinion from careful observation what happens. If you know what I mean.
Bunny's favorite was her daughter Cherie, whom she'd hoped to groom into a force surpassing her own one day.
She wasn't watching her either.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to Star Fox 2026. The fact that they're allowing us to use the Switch Online controller and 64 for it is a good thing too, because it does. I mean, I might not be willing to use it, but it's nice to have the option to play here. I might use it for this, but like I said, that's why Star Fox 64 is not going to be streamed for a bit. So I'm gonna run to the bathroom for a second. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, let's keep going.
Here they come.
There we go. Anyway, basically, the TLDR is if I have my way, every game can be releasing on Steam only. Reduce costs behind the scene, reduce costs in the end. And then we have to raise off as you think. And we and lead to more beneficial approaches. To tell you the truth, people can't afford a lot of stuff due to the fact that we're still in the middle of a cost of living crisis in a sense the world. In my opinion. I mean, Warrior Ran Shake It, which I played a couple days ago, was made by the same company that Woodlayer was developed by the same guys who wanted to do Yoshi's more recent outings. But Yoshi and the Mysterious Book might come in. I can't renew. I can't renew Game Pass. More than likely, I will get that. So fingers crossed, I'll get situated here where I'm still getting the game. But we'll see. I just recently got Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Bros. Movie sequel, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and so far it's a good movie. Sort, I mean, there are some things. Like, all of a sudden, Fox started appearing. I don't know where to explain why it ended up in Mario's universe in a sense of word. And then blaming Slippy for no apparent reason. for that exact reason. Not sure how Zelda. There are also people that want to say buy Nintendo. Personally, I would love to see stop by Nintendo, but right now, the but like I said, if Sony bought Nintendo, more than likely Star Fox Adventures will be like off the table. Or I don't think.
Now for that.
When the sister got her dress dirty again, Trey tried to rinse her off in the water. I don't believe Hazel's dad meant to do it. He just didn't count on how slippery she'd be. Bunny never forgive him. In a way, Trey lost his sister and his mama that day.
Oh no. Did Mama know about this?
Version fix the gaming industry would be the transition towards PC gaming full time, where all video companies, including Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. That's me here. And just let Valve be Valve. It also makes sense on paper because to me, people can't afford a lot of stuff right now, and the ones that do wait for sale. So,
So loud.
in my opinion,
buried every kid she brought into this world. That's gotta take a toll on you. Hello? Is anyone home? I guess no one's here. Definitely Bunny's room. If she's hiding something about Molly, it should be here. Wow, I wouldn't even recognize her. She looks so in love. I bet Bunny's wedding was the talk of the town. She did look pretty, though. She loves a sketchy bookshelf. Holy. What kind of person needs a room like this? Red yarn.
Okay.
She found out Hugging Molly's not just a scary story for kids. That's a chunk of Benji. All this research on the walls, too. She was serious. What is Bunny up to?
But basically, people can't afford being constant anymore. If I was in Nintendo's position, I would be considering going for more consumer-friendly approaches instead.
Big ass feather.
It means financially in the long run, Nintendo will go on.
Why's Laurent in those pictures?
That's it. Better the game fans and
Drudge.
followers than end up scrounging them on something in the end. To clarify here.
Hey, that's my distaff. Patterns, too. Where'd she get all this? Those poor missing kids. Could have been Molly's doing. Hang on, Dad? You went missing too?
You just can't get enough of my hospitality.
I'm sorry. I need to find Hugging Molly.
Do you? What would you want with Huggin' Molly?
She took my mama. Her red yarn was all over our house.
You've been keeping secrets. Why didn't you ask before?
I did. And you didn't help.
You can see strands. And now you're looking for a creature. You're a weaver, aren't you? Strange. Your mother never mentioned it. Or maybe not so strange. I guess we know each other's little secret now.
Are you a weaver too?
Oh dear. Why don't we have some tea? Oh, let me get you some fresh clothes. My pig factory is no place for a girl like you to be cavorting.
At least it's clean.
Now, what do you know about Huggin' Molly?
I know she takes children and leaves red yarn. And I've heard that you know a lot about her.
Yes. She stole your father once when he was young.
Really? How'd you find him?
Oh, Molly meant for me to find him. Trey was just bait, you see. It was me she wanted. Molly can't abide weavers because we mend the chaos her kind likes to create.
You don't think.
That Molly took your mother to lure you? Yeah. I never found where Molly really lives, but I suspect Laurent Baptiste knows.
Laurent from the juke joint?
Friend of yours?
Friend of Mama's.
Curious. Laurent won't talk to me. I seem to have an unfortunate reputation among his crowd.
I could try.
The garden gate will take you to his place. Do let me know how it goes with Molly. I'd be most indebted if you find her.
Oh, I'll find her. Molly took my dad, but Bunny got him back.
But like I
get
said,
Mama back.
people
Laurent gets me. Gotta find out what he knows.
like I said, I enjoy a lot of Steam sales, and I also enjoy a lot of sales from other companies. But to some degree, make it easy on myself. Because it paying about 60, 70, $80 for video games nowadays is just not worth it as often as you think it
What's that
is.
freaking blowfish talking about now?
And even if tomorrow Nintendo offer the games on Steam, a couple of games will not make the cut anyway. Like I said before earlier in the stream, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild in the end will never make the cut, even if they did put achievements in it. So
Oh, Hazel!
that's all.
Nice duds. You been promoted at the Piggly Wiggly?
Oh, hey, Mr. None of the Floods, come to the cottage.
Oh, you don't mean. You run into Bunny Flood and live to tell?
Mm-hmm, and she's helping me find Huggin' Molly.
Oh, out of the goodness of her heart, I'm sure. So what, y'all in cahoots now?
First off, cahoots. Second off, there's nobody I'd rather be less cahooting with.
She always did want to get her hands on a weaver.
I think I can handle my own grandma.
So now you a flood. No, I wouldn't have helped if I'd realized.
If I'm a Flood, it's in name only. And if my last name makes Bunny believe that I'm on her side, then I'ma use it.
Well, you sure can scheme like a real Flood. But you sure it ain't Bunny using you?
I can take care of myself without your help. I do need to get to the juke joint. Could you maybe?
Oh, you don't need my help. No, you a fancy Flood weaver now. I wouldn't want to get your new dress all slimy.
I didn't mean.
No, you take the path. There's a tree up yonder you should see. Bunny visits every year on the same day. Might tell you a little something about who you're in cahoots with.
Hey! Cahoots. He's
But
worrying about
that's
Laurent.
why I want to
Bunny
make
appeared
clear to a
that
lot of
way.
people that tomorrow will determine whether or not I'll have Game Pass
That's the tree
in early June.
Oh, Bunny.
Because I might not be able to restore it given the way things are. Maybe I'll try to get renewed, but we'll see how things go.
Leave these hates to fester here.
There's not a lot of games that interest me on Game Pass right now, which yeah, basically, we're going to continue supporting Game Pass until yeah, it's two. Like I said earlier, always will. If I ran a being company more likely, I would want it more friendly company, not.
That's handled. Now back to
That's why I've been hesitant to get upgrades, upgrade the Xbox for a while, and I don't think same thing about PlayStation. Bring the main PlayStation in the household to be more closer to one my better. I know that for a fact that I don't think that's gonna happen with the way things look.
is that a baby?
I don't get Game Pass. I don't restore Game Pass by. I don't keep Game Pass going by June 4th. Or well, I plan on continuing it in some capacity. Well, not right here. I think what's going to happen is if GameStop can't break out, then
Like the tango itself is crying.
They say the soul lingers a bit with the body it belonged to. And so it was with Bunny's baby Cherie. Bunny's dream of crafting her daughter into her own likeness, a power spun of unnatural means, was shattered. But she never lost hope she'd bring Cherie back to life someday. She stole the Benji tree's heart for its magic, to keep her daughter trapped here instead of going where it is baby souls go. think she ever considered what Cherie would have wanted.
Did Bunny steal magic from Benji's tree? She must have been desperate. Wow. No wonder Bunny comes up here in secret. Sorry I woke you up, baby Sherry. You hush now. Going back to sleep, okay?
See, nothing's ever really lost. Lost.
While searching Bunny's cottage for clues about old Molly, Hazel glimpsed her grandma's past and felt sorry for her. But what Bunny did was unnatural. Sealing her dead daughter's spirit in a tree? Despite this, Hazel's powers guided Cherie to find solace in the great beyond. Following a lead, Hazel sought Laurent Baptiste, who knew old Molly's whereabouts, but Hazel wasn't keen on seeing him again, given a mauled history with him.
Better get to the juke joint so I can get back to pretending Laurent doesn't exist.
I think that one day all three consoles are going to have to make games for the PC platform, and also a step back. I don't think it's going to. To me, I don't think they're going to be able. They're going to have to have some really bad things are changing too fast for them to continue making hardware, especially in light of, like I said, there are a lot of things.
Oh man, that's a big one.
But it's not like a broken record we talked about. Right? Okay. Okay.
That was rough.
As I was saying, basically, having everything on one store would save a lot of time, money. I think a lot of people often forget that Steam is the way it is because of the fact that our company, our digital storefronts, it's that the console makers themselves do themselves in a lot quickly, and it's not good. They're not to evangelize.
How do these keep ending up out here? She held on to this?
Hazel took that pic of us just after LeRon had cooked us that three-course dinner. When he felt safe, he had so much love to give. Wish he had felt safe more often. Sometimes he seemed like he was scared of himself.
I remember that day. I saw what Mama saw in him. But he didn't deserve her. I'm really not looking forward to this conversation.
Like I said before, Breath of the Wild, the TLDR, what I said is, with the way things are looking right now in America, it'd be very hard to buy games here and there for the time being. This is understandable from my point of view, and that's that. The people have already cut back on expenses if necessary. Yeah. Even I point out that I'm probably coming back and not getting anything major for after this year because there's a lot of why I think when I mentioned why Game Pass might be up in the air this year is because the predecessor, Asher Sharma, Phil Spencer, really messed up big time. Right? Buying Activision and basically saying, well, we're gonna put Paul D on. And what angers me and frustrates me over that is I don't like the game, right? Paul D for my computer. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's true. Right? You don't see it appear on ads, and that's true. And I think I'm not the only one that thinks that way. Yeah.
Can't let you slow me down. Knots around here somewhere.
Okay.
Got it. Stigma's clearing up. Gonna have to find a way to get up there.
I think after this chapter, we're gonna stop Gloria the normal because I expect this to be mega long. We did more than we should last stream. Like I said, it was expected to be finished in 3 streams, so we might be ending today's stream a little earlier than normal because I was supposed to go for, want to go for another hour, and well, we started late to begin with, and then I ran on an hour-long rant about PC ports for Nintendo products and all that stuff, and the current gaming culture being current.
Door just needs some juice to open up.
But like I said, probably gonna stop shortly. Not where it's supposed to go. Like I said, gaming costs are going up because of what's going on. And the reason why I made clear that even though I don't expect Nintendo to do what I'm talking to do, it's to reduce costs in the long run because a lot of games are not worth the price of admission. None of them nowadays are.
There it is.
And this includes indie games too.
It's been a minute since I've seen Laurent.
But it's not as obvious as you think it is. As the game is starting to gradually get longer in this case. I mean, the last couple chapters were short, but as we got into chapter 5, that's when the game started getting longer and longer. It was meant to be done in 3 sessions instead. Okay, we made it.
We ain't open. Hey, didn't you hear what? Hazel? What are you? You've grown.
It's been a while.
Yeah. How you doing?
Do you know where I can find Huggin' Molly?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Bunny said.
Bunny. As in Bunny Flood, your absentee grandmother? Explains why you dress like that.
Whatever. She's just trying to help me.
Right. Because Bunny's known for giving you a helping hand.
This is different.
I saw how she treated you and Lacey.
And how did you treat Mama?
I treated Lacey well.
Until you didn't. You just up and left us one day.
This is grown folks' business. You a child. This ain't for you.
I ain't no damn child. Do you know how sad she was when you left us?
It was complicated. There was a...
Don't make excuses.
Hazel,
You didn't deserve her.
that's enough. I need you to leave.
Did you even care? What was so wrong with Mama? With us?
Nothing. Nothing. It's me. It's always me.
Laurent?
Hazel, no! I'm not safe. Get out!
Shit. Maybe I can reweave him. How long has he been like this? Filling the bottle will clear up everything. Then I can reweave Laurent. Company houses.
of sorrows that want to fill it. With a doctor, Laurent's mama might have lived, but Daddy only got paid taking company script. And doctors only took cash money.
Mom always said Laurent had a tough childhood. Tough doesn't even begin to cut it. I don't want to think about dead mothers right now.
Okay. I keep moving. Once I'm done this section, I'm just gonna stop for today and go from there.
Daddy barely got out of bed or wash most days now. Laurent had to catch their dinner or go hungry. He was all alone, trying to press down on a wound too deep to mend.
Poor Laurent. He had to grow up too fast.
Okay.
Looks like that sawmill boss came to a bad end.
But like I said, TLDR, what I said earlier was graphics plateau. Big companies are just wasting time keeping their content exclusive. Or aware of the fact that one day they're gonna have no choice but to release those games again on Xbox and PlayStation and even PC. This goes definitely for Nintendo at this point because they need to wake up on that one too.
All that stigma. But how am I supposed to get in there?
Okay, we're gonna stop here a little earlier than normal. Next stream will all be small, and that will likely be the Wii U Gaming Crash. As you know, we're gonna be closing out the Wii U over the next couple weeks while we get ready to wind down. Next month, which is June, is going to be mostly Star Fox month for a reason, because we're getting ready to wind down for the upcoming Star Fox 2026. So, other than that, that's it. I'm not going to say what game is going to be till about maybe a couple minutes before the stream. So, we'll see. Other than that, that's it. Take care, stay safe, enjoy your day tomorrow. Enjoy your day today. Next stream is tomorrow. Not gonna say what game is, but we'll see. See you all then. And now we're on the Wii U.